As the world argued over politics and promises, America quietly launched a border project so massive it staggers belief. A $15 billion steel barrier engineered to carve through nearly 2,000 miles of desert, mountains, and river. Yet behind the headlines and price tags lies a grittier story, one of ingenious machines, shifting strategies, and stakes far larger than politics alone. What did it really take to redraw a continent's edge? Blasting through the Sonoran Desert, hydraulic rock breakers pound solid earth with enough force to shatter bedrock. Each strike carves a path where no road existed, clearing the way for the next wave of machines. Behind them, 400 horsepower trenchers roar to life, cutting deep, clean foundations into the sand and stone. These trenchers, running non-stop, dig slots up to 10 feet deep, each pass measured to half an inch of precision. The work is relentless, the terrain unforgiving. Once the ground is ready, cranes towering above the dust lift 30-foot steel panels weighing thousands of pounds. Laser alignment systems guide each panel into place, tolerances measured in millimeters, not inches. Crews work under blistering heat and on shifting ground, but the choreography never stops. Every machine, every operator, every bolt turns raw wilderness into a buildable line. In a matter of days, what was once open land becomes a steel barrier stretching toward the horizon. The sheer scale of this mechanical effort transforms the border from a concept on a map into a physical reality, 1 mile at a time. In the 1990s, border security relied on short, chain-link fences, barriers that barely slowed determined crossers. These early structures, often less than 15 feet high, were simple to cut, climb, or tunnel beneath. By 2019, agents recorded over 851,000 unauthorized crossings along the southwest border, a figure that exposed the limits of old designs. The challenge was not just about stopping people, it was about creating a barrier that worked for those tasked with defending it. Concrete prototypes were tested, but quickly abandoned. Solid walls blocked the view, leaving agents blind to activity on the other side and vulnerable to surprise breaches. The answer came in the form of 30-foot steel bollards, tall vertical posts spaced just close enough to stop a person, but open enough for agents to see through. These bollards are built for strength, resisting cutting tools and vehicle ramming. Their modular design means damaged sections can be swapped out individually, reducing downtime and repair costs. For the first time, the wall became both a defensive line and a surveillance tool. Agents could track movement, respond faster, and patrol with fewer blind spots. What began as a patchwork of fences evolved into a fortress, one that shifted the tactical advantage to those on patrol, not those trying to get past. Hospitals along the border began to feel the strain as waves of new arrivals pushed emergency rooms beyond capacity. County sheriffs logged more overtime hours, and ranchers reported stolen equipment and cut fences as routine costs of living near the line. The Department of Homeland Security argued that a continuous wall would funnel crossings into a handful of ports, making movement more predictable and allowing Border Patrol to redeploy agents from remote patrols to targeted response teams. In sectors where the wall went up, officials claimed operational costs dropped. Fewer patrols were needed, and agents could focus on high-traffic corridors instead of chasing scattered reports across hundreds of miles. A Border Patrol sector chief described it as putting boots where they're needed, not everywhere at once. Ranchers in Starr and Hidalgo counties recounted fewer break-ins after construction. Though some say the problems just moved down the road, Department of Homeland Security models projected billions of dollars in long-term savings from reduced emergency deployments and property losses. But critics point out, these are estimates, not cash in the bank. The debate over real economic impact remains unsettled. Wildlife that once roamed freely across the borderlands now faces a barrier that most cannot cross. Camera traps in Arizona's San Rafael Valley show an 86% drop in animal movement, where steel walls replaced older vehicle barriers. Jaguars and pronghorn antelope, already endangered, find their ancient migration routes cut off, with GPS collars confirming crossings have slowed to a trickle. Along the Rio Grande, new foundations block natural flood channels, raising water levels by up to 4 feet during storms and flooding nearby ranch lands. Conservation biologists warn these changes threaten not only individual species, but entire ecosystems, as isolated populations lose genetic diversity and habitats shrink. In some stretches, engineers installed wildlife corridors, gated underpasses, or rerouted segments, allowing a fraction of animals to pass. But federal data shows these make up less than 10% of the wall's length. Meanwhile, construction raced ahead under legal waivers that bypassed over 30 environmental laws, from the Endangered Species Act to the Clean Water Act. One biologist put it plainly, "We are trading long-term ecological health for short-term security, and there is no easy fix." The debate over how much nature should be sacrificed for control of the border remains far from settled. Steel and concrete may mark a border, but the real lines are drawn by the choices we make now, between security, cost, and consequence. The debate is far from over.